Hey, it's Hartzell Gray with Sports Radio 810 WHB, my friends, Kansas City. It is once again time for that Kingdom coverage. Let's send it now over to the press conference room for some interviews and audio from your Kansas City Chiefs players and coaches.
It's good seeing everybody back. I hope everybody's family has been safe and sound. It's 2022. It feels good to be back out there. Our guys have been working their tails off. Coaches been working their tails off. Got a lot of new faces. Got a lot of excitement. Building a brand new foundation, and it's time to go. With that said, I'm all ears.
Coach, you mentioned so many new faces. You got a lot of moving pieces right now at the wide receiver position. Through 2 weeks of OTAs, what's your assessment of what you see out there so far?
You know, I've seen a pretty talented group. We got a lot of guys out there that can do a lot of different things. Got some bigger bodies. These guys have been receptive to what we're teaching them. I thought Pat did a great job of getting those guys together down in Texas to start developing that chemistry and start developing that timing. And so that helps, and it just carries over. But the communication has been outstanding. Those guys are working. We're establishing this foundation, and I'm fired up and excited about it.
Maintaining offensive production is going to be tough when you have Tyreek Hill and decide to move on. Just how daunting is that task, and how do you see your staff kind of come to the challenge?
Well, I mean, if you're in this business long enough, change is inevitable. It happens. You know, you can always replace the player, but you can't replace the person. Tyreek was loved. He'll be missed. But now it's time for us to make sure that we're developing the people that we have and getting them to do the things that we need. And I thought Veach and his staff did a hell of a job of selecting the guys that we brought in. Collectively, as a staff, I think these guys has embraced the process. They all bring something different to the table, and that's the unique part about it. I think it's going to be a lot of diversity because everybody presents something different. So it's going to be new. It's going to be exciting. And like I said, it's been fun. And you hear us out there. I mean, it's a lot of fun because these guys are learning something new for the first time. And so that's what's exciting about it.
What type of challenge, if it is a challenge, does that create for you, Andy and Matt, when you all are going back, looking at everybody, different skill sets, trying to figure out who to plug in where at which particular time?
It doesn't present any problems.
No, not problem, but I mean, is it a good challenge?
Oh, yes. You love the challenge. That's the beauty of it. And the thing that it does, because we've had so many people around for so many years, it forces us to go back, all right, to the foundation of establishing the foundation, of building it and making sure that we're addressing all the little details of every concept, so to make sure that everybody has a complete understanding of exactly what we want and how we want it done. So it's been fun, and it's been fun for us as a staff too, just making sure that we are reteaching it the right way.
Eric, how have you met Nagy back in the fold? What's that been like for you? Andy just said there's no friction, no jealousy, you getting along. How is that relationship been?
Nags is my guy. Me and Nags stayed in contact the whole time he was a head coach at Chicago. So it's been great having him back here. Obviously, he's been a great year. With him having experience here, obviously a lot of things that we've done is familiar with him. So it's been fun. It's been exciting. Every day we talk about something different, whether it was his experience as a head coach or our families interacting, doing things together. So it's been good. It's a homecoming.
Specifically, given his last 4 years as a head coach, is there something he brings to that to the offensive staff?
Oh, yeah. He brings a lot. Because of that experience, you know, there's different things. I mean, you know, when you talk about situational football, different situations that he's been presented, opening new ideas to us on how to view things, just different things on how to scheme and how to attack things. So there's a lot of things that Nags brings to the table just because of that experience that he has. And then on top of that, I mean, he's just a hell of a coach, you know, and plus on top of that, we just enjoy him being around.
Coach, just a little bit of housekeeping, Coach. Obviously, you're kind of the face of this whole Rooney Rule diversity stuff. You were at the meeting last week, at the owners' meeting. Was there anything new that you learned? I mean, you've had, multiple, let's just say more than 10 job interviews with the league. Was there anything that you learned, or that they did differently that you haven't learned before? Was it more dog and pony show? Was it something that you took from it that will help the next time around that you get an interview?
I actually thought the league did an outstanding job. So the thing that I loved about it, there was a lot of things, but one thing as a coach, we always have an opportunity to interact with other coaches. So That was good. Obviously, having that interaction. The thing that we don't get the luxury of is having an opportunity to deal with the Tim Terrys, or having an opportunity to go deal who's the next Brett Veach, okay, who's the next Ryan Poles. That was exciting because now you get to meet the people behind the scenes that make things work in personnel. I thought that was great, having that opportunity to interact with all the different people from around the league. On top of that, just sitting there having a conversation with owners and just everyday conversation. It just breaks down barriers, it breaks down walls where you can sit there, look someone in the eye, and have a legit conversation with them just about life. I thought they did a hell of a job. There was a lot of workshops. There was a lot of, education type deals. But on top of that, it was more of people who are in this industry, like myself, having an opportunity just to interact and understand how people view things when they're going through that interview process.
But when you're
Eric, with
interviewing,
all that said,
hold on,
what do
hold
you-
on.
what-
When you're interviewing them, are you not meeting with the owners when you interview with them?
Yes, yeah, but it's a different setting. So Darren, you got to understand, it's just like me and you. If I go down to this bar and you down there, we're gonna sit and talk about different things, right? We may have a conversation about life. Okay, what are some of your personal interests? What are some of the things that you value? So it's out of a business setting. It's a personal setting where you get to know people. And I think that's important because everybody don't know Eric Bieniemy. And so I don't know all those owners. And I think the benefit in what the league did was huge because it not only gave me an opportunity, but it gave the Vance Josephs of the world. I know Vance has been a head coach. You gave the Terry Josephs of the world, the Kerry Josephs of the world. I mean, I can go on and name so many different people. It gave everyone a voice and a view to see exactly from that window what it's like, okay, to interact with those people. But also on top of that, to have that opportunity to just say, hey, this is who I am.
Eric, with all that said, what do you have to do that you haven't already done to get a head coaching?
I just got to go get it. I just got to go get it. I'm not seeking any comfort. I haven't gotten it for whatever reason. It don't matter. I'm going to keep knocking on that damn door, and I'm going to keep working my ass off to make sure that it happens. So my job this year is to make sure that we take care of the business that needs to be taken care of today to help us to achieve the goal down the road. But then it's time for me, when presented, to just go and get the job.
Other than winning games, like you say, are there things that you haven't done that you need to do to
I
do a
mean,
head coaching job?
you can always be better. I'm always going to take a look at myself, all right, first. I always make sure that I'm checking everything and making sure I'm checking every box. But yes, we can always improve. It's just like each year, even when we won the Super Bowl, what are some of the things that we need to work on collectively as a team? You always want to improve. So personally, yes, I have to make sure that I'm always evolving, because if you're not evolving, okay, you become like the dinosaurs, you become extinct.
Eric,
Two more.
is it tough though on that piece of it? I mean, you want to evolve, but is it tough when it hasn't gone your way not to feel like, what am I doing wrong? Not to feel like you need to change something about yourself?
I mean, in reality, yes, it is tough, but I don't let that keep me from doing what I do. I'm still alive, I'm breathing, and I have an opportunity to work with a championship team. So that's the beauty of it. And so the thing about it, like I said, I don't seek any comfort. I don't want any pity, because this is who I am. I'm going to keep pushing, keep knocking, because when it's all said and done with, I know who I am, and I am comfortable with the person that I'm striving to be.
Last one, Nate.
Nate?
Thank you, in terms of football, how in this current form do you, Matt, and Andy get a collective one voice to Patrick and the other guys in the offense, and how might the previous time you all were together help in this sort of case, knowing that the offense is going to be different than when you last worked together?
It's been the same way since Coach has been here. It's always been a collective deal, whereas we're always looking for ideas, okay? Obviously, me and Coach are going to always have the final say-so, but we always want collective input. We're going to ask for collective input from Greg Lewis. We're going to ask for collective input from Matt Nagy, Dave Girardi, Joe Blameyer, all right, Coach Andy Heck. That's the beauty of what we do, and that's why I believe we've been special over the past decade or so because of the input that we allow. And I think what it does, it allows us to put the organization and the team first and making sure that we're putting our players in the best situation to go out and be the most productive. And then when we do that, hey, it's just time to chop wood and go win in the kingdom, baby.